everyone, Melanie here. I hope you're all doing well today. This video is about identity issues that some of us face after a relationship breaks down, thinking that we don't know who we are anymore. If you feel like you've lost your sense of identity, your sense of self after this relationship has broken down, maybe you were feeling like this during the relationship. And now that the relationship has finished, we're just left thinking, I don't know who I am anymore. I don't like the person that I've become. And this is a video to address that, to address why we tend to lose our identities in relationships and how we can recover this, how we can actually reclaim the best parts of ourselves and emerge from the breakup of a relationship actually stronger, more resilient than when we started. If you can relate to not knowing who you are anymore after this relationship's broken down, maybe as a consequence of this relationship was quite dysfunctional. Maybe it was a very enmeshed relationship, quite codependent, and it's broken down now and you just don't know who you are anymore. Especially if it's been a long-term relationship. You thought your life was going one way, you got dumped, and now the whole trajectory of your life has just changed like that. Of course, we're going to be questioning our reality, questioning our identity. Even though this is quite a normal reaction to have, a feeling of not knowing who we are anymore, even though this is quite typical to experience, it nonetheless has a massive impact on our life. It's going to affect how we are at work. It's going to have a knock-on effect on our self-esteem, on our confidence, questioning who we are. We don't like who we've become. It can encourage impulsive behaviors to avoid the feeling of anxiety. Now, in healthy relationship, there are times in which we depend on the other, and it can be a bit codependent, situational codependency, as I like to call it. For example, one's experiencing grief, bereavement, and the other one is putting things to one side to look after their partner. This is completely normal. It's good. The problem is when we're constantly putting our needs to the side in service of the other, constantly doing this as on impulse, as if on default. Our reaction to things is to cave in and to do what the other person wants to do. Maybe just focus all your energies on that person if they don't seem happy, because, hey, if I cheer that person up, then I can be happy within myself. Thinking that this person seems annoyed with me, I am going to change who I am and do everything that they want to do so that I don't feel rejected. I can still feel like I'm in relationship with this person. There are things that we do in which we compromise our values, our core beliefs, even our friends, our hobbies. We push them all to one side because we want to stay in relationship with the other. For whatever reason that is, we end up putting our life to one side in service of the other. And over time, don't you think this might lead to an identity crisis? At some point, it's going to break down a relationship like this. When you're not being true to yourself, when you're self-betraying like this, when you're just never voicing your needs and showing your true self, we're constantly showing this placating self, this people-pleasing side to keep the other person in relationship with you. When that breaks down, what's going to happen? You're just not going to know who you are anymore. So the question is, why are you doing this? If you can relate to this, let's put shame to one side, because a sense of shame is often what keeps us in such a shame spiral that it's hard to do the work. So let's put a sense of shame to one side and honestly addressing ourselves. If I can relate to putting my needs and being quiet in a relationship and not voicing my concerns, not showing the other what I actually like to do and what my beliefs are, feeling self-conscious about what I like to do, my hobbies. If you can relate to all this and you tend to put it to one side to please the other, what's the underlying fear? Often it's a fear of being rejected. If you look at a previous video I did, the feeling of rejection, the fear of being rejected is such a strong factor that can cause us to behave unconsciously so that we're not out of relationship. So be honest with yourself. What is the fear of not being myself in a relationship? Because the longer we're holding ourselves back, censoring ourselves, not showing the other person who we truly are, how is this serving you over time? The thing about being a people pleaser is that we think we're helping the other person, that we're making their life better, that we're making them happier. But put yourself in their shoes. This could actually put off some people and could drive them away. And this could actually attract predators into your life. People who can see from a mile off that you will drop everything to service the other person. So of course this is going to attract malignant narcissists, for example. They love people who put their lives to one side and will do anything for this person. It's confirming their sense of grandiosity, that they deserve this special behavior. And likewise with people with borderline personality disorder, the fact that you can drop everything to be a service of them, to help them, even if it's just to listen to their stories, to drive over in the middle of the night to give them comfort. You become a source of sympathy for them, and you're a sympathy resource for them. And so of course they don't want people with boundaries. They want people who can drop the boundaries to do whatever they want at any time of the day they want. So what's one great thing for A, stopping you from losing yourself in a relationship, and B, to recover your sense of identity now that you're out of the relationship and you're feeling like crap? Get into a relationship with yourself. Absolutely. Have date nights with yourself. Scheduling time to be with yourself and to be kind with yourself. It is such a hard time when you've just been dumped, you're feeling a bit fragile, a bit sensitive, and you're questioning who you are. You don't like who you've become. You've seen the shadow side of yourself. You've seen the murky parts that you don't like. Spending time with yourself with the intention of getting to know yourself better. Another great tip is to assess what things got pushed to one side before you got into this relationship. Did you lose track of any hobbies, activities, friends? Now is the time to get back into it. If you want to boost your self-esteem, it is great to take time out every day to start on a new hobby or carry on with a hobby or a skill that you ended up putting to one side because you got into this relationship. Doing something, having small goals to achieve every week through daily disciplines, it's going to get your self-esteem back again. And this is going to have a knock-on effect on your confidence and of your self-worth. So it's the little things that count after a relationship breaks up that we start restoring our sense of self again. Small goals are the way to go after a relationship, because one can feel quite overwhelmed with stuff that we need to do in our day-to-day life after a breakup. It's a time where we can feel a bit stuck, we're in inertia, we're questioning stuff. So actually having goals to hit gets us out of inertia, gets our motivation, our self-esteem going again. So only a little goal based on things that you'd put to one side, and now you've got the time, now you've got the energy, you've got the space to get it done again. Whether it was a hobby, a new book you wanted to read, seeing old friends, wanting to improve your flexibility, whatever it is, there's always something, a new project or a new hobby or a new skill that we can be developing and refining within ourselves. And now you've got this time, being single, to actually do it. Okay, I'm going to end the video here. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do like and subscribe if you're liking the videos I got out. And if you need some counselling, if you need some life coaching in this particular field, don't be shy. Reach out to me. My email address is in the description box below. Have a lovely evening, guys. Until next time, bye-bye.